but what's going to happen with the sculpture in the outfield?
Well, I see it's a very passionate topic for some of the fans here. You know, it's funny because even before we acquired this organization, I read that I wanted this sculpture removed. I've read a lot of other things that aren't true either, but you know, one thing for us as an organization is we're constantly going to look at ways that we can improve the in-game experience for the fans. And there's many ways to do that. I don't know about the sculpture. I mean, it's from what you read, we don't want it there. I think the only public comment that I've made about the sculpture was that I thought it was big and it was unique. That's the only thing that I've said about it. So I guess the best way to answer is we're constantly trying to see what ways we can improve the experience for the fans. I know I didn't answer your question, but it's the best I can do.
Derek, I'd like to commend you. Over the course of your career, you were always somebody that did your talking with your bat, your glove, and your character, and I think you deserve a round of applause for that.
Thank you, sir.
My question is, you're in a room full of business people, entrepreneurs, leaders of the community. You reached the highest peaks in your career. Was there ever a point as a young man, somewhere in your career, where you wondered, am I made out to do this? And if so, what was the impetus, a mentor, a coach, your dad, somebody that came along, or maybe just within your own heart, that you said, I'm going to stay with it, and I'm going to succeed. I believe in myself. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's a good question. You know, I grew up in a small town in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and, you know, the competition level wasn't what it is when you become a professional. So I was drafted when I was 17. I signed the day after my 18th birthday. Never really had been away from home and never had really struggled playing the game of baseball. And I went down to Tampa, Florida, where our minor league facility was and our rookie team played. And it was the first time that I'd ever really struggled. And it was, you know, I was homesick, crying every night. And the thing is when you struggle as a professional athlete, you're not struggling in private, it's public, right? And that's very, very difficult to deal with, is when you're struggling in a public forum. So I just had support. I've always surrounded myself with people that are always going to be honest with me. They're going to tell me when I'm doing right, but more importantly, when I'm doing wrong, and they're going to be there to give me advice. And I leaned on my family. My family has always been very, very supportive. That's why when I meet people nowadays that have had success, you know, everyone automatically assumes when you're in a successful position that you just woke up and ended up successful. But I've always tried to ask a lot of questions and listen. And what are the you know, the biggest speed bump that you have encountered throughout your career, and how do you stop that speed bump from being a roadblock? So I've always tried to learn as much as I can, but I think the best way to answer your question is just surround yourself with a positive support group, because you are going to struggle. I don't care who you are, you're going to struggle at times, but it's just how you can get back up when you've had failures.
Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.